Hey, are your rocker panels rusted out on your classic car? If so, you may be considering ordering some new ones to replace it and try replacing them yourself. And if you're interested in doing that, I've got a couple that we just unboxed. So if you're interested in seeing what those look like, stick around. All right, a quick little introduction. My name is Bill. This is Christine. This channel is Restoring Christine. It's devoted to the restoration of my 1956 Chevy Bel Air that I've had since 2005. She is named after the 1983 Christine movie car, which was a 1958 Plymouth Fury, given the name by Stephen King. But my kids thought she looked like that movie car, so that's what we called her. Anyway, so where I'm at in my restoration project right now, and that's what this channel is. It's devoted to it's a video blog of the entire restoration. And right now I'm still replacing a lot of corrosion. So just recently we replaced the floor pan in the car. It's a brand new floor pan. Got that from Real Deal Steel. I did a video review that in episode 19. And the installation of this, there were 11 videos in between buying the pan and actually putting it in. So it was video number 30. If you're interested in seeing that, after putting in the floor pan was put in the trunk pan. So the trunk pan, I did an unboxing video. That's episode number 31. And the installation of this pan was episode 32. So if you're interested in seeing how the floor pan came together, episode 30, the trunk pan, episode 32. All the videos in between there are devoted to the prep work for doing both of those projects. So what I want to do with this video now is I want to do an unboxing of the rocker panel. So I already had a passenger side rocker panel that I ordered some months back. I've been having it. In fact, I had it when I did episode 19. But after I started taking out the floor pan, I looked at the condition of the driver's side rocker panel. I said, you know what? I better get that one. So I ordered that one. Now I have two, a left and a right. And that's what this video is going to be, is the unpackaging of that. So let's get into it. So the good news, if you're going to order one of these, is unlike the trunk pan or the floor pan, this isn't a small enough box that this can come in regular ground delivery. This can come via UPS, FedEx. Any one of the ground delivery services will carry this. You know, a box this size and of this weight. It doesn't weigh that much. I don't know what that is. Maybe 10 pounds, 15 pounds at that. But this was maybe about 30 bucks shipped for shipping. And the part itself was somewhere about 150. I ordered this from Real Deal Steel. And I did that because I ordered the previous one from Real Deal Steel. And I didn't recall where that one came from when I did get it. But this one, it took it a little while to come in, but I noticed that this came directly shipped. Real Deal Steel is out of Florida. And you may know Real Deal Steel. They're the guys that'll assemble or sell you the entire body for 50, 5, 6, 7, for any one of the Tri-5s. So I thought that this would have been something from their, maybe that they made, you know, from their manufacturing, but it turns out that it's not. This, the second one now, came from Golden Star, what do they call it? Golden Star Auto Parts. And they're the manufacturer of the floor pan. My trunk pan I ordered from Classic Industries, and that's a little bit of a different deal. So I'll get this out of the box and see what it looks like. Oh, wait. Look at this. Surprise! You got it. You got it. I ordered... Hello, Deuce. Deuce is my dog. He's one of the two that I have. He's about 4 years old, and he is a maybe, what do we think he is? We think he's a mutt. That's what we think. He's a bad dog. That's what he is. He's a bad dog. Oh, buddy. So check this out. I ordered this from Real Deal Steel so I could make sure to get the same thing. So this is the driver's side one that just came in. And let me show you the passenger side. Oh, man. They're different. Great. So you never know what you're going to get, I guess. This is a weld-through primer. This is electroplated. So this has got, I think, a baked on. It's probably like a powder coating. Electro deposited primer. I think EDP is what they call it. And that's the same thing that the floor pan is. But this is what I thought I was getting, is I thought I was getting this weld-through primer. Well, all right, well, here you go. So we're going to have a couple of different parts to review, and they're different. So there you have it. So you can see this is the passenger side, and this is the driver's side. So the driver's side is actually oriented the way that it should go. The passenger side's opposite right now. So let's put it to where the sill is, and there you see. So now this, the passenger side is GS RP 1356 RWT. And it says it's weld-through primer on that one. Maybe I made a mistake. I'm not infallible, so maybe I did order the wrong one, but I sure thought I was ordering the same one. Let's see what this one says. This one is GS RP 1356L. It looks like it's missing the modifier for the weld-through primer. They're both going to work. They're both fine. Let me get you off the tripod so you can see them closer. So you'll notice the ends are both manufactured the same way. They've got tack welds here, tack welds there. They got spot welds here, spot welds there. They got a tab forward, and then there's a little tab here, a little angle. It's like an L, and a tab and an angle with an L. Breather hole, a water hole, breather hole here, same thing. So they look like they're essentially the same tooling. Let's see the length. How does the length compare? The length of these two is almost dead on equal. Looks like this one's a little bit long. You'll see at the back end of each one of them they have the indent. And if you, depending on how your car is, you might be overlapping or underlapping this and then overlapping the rest of your body onto it, but it gives you enough material to make that happen. And let's see where that actually falls on the car. There you go. So there you go. All right, I've got it in place because what I've got is I've got it at the front. I've got mine lined up there so you can see where it goes. I guess that's also good information. It shows you how much of this rocker panel you get. It goes underneath the majority of the cowling. It goes all the way to the end of the front fender and then tucks under beyond that and then comes all the way back here. But this seam happens to coincide with right here. There's might be a seam here. Now I'm feeling this rocker panel that's on Christine was a replacement. Somebody replaced it, and I'm seeing it's got a dip before it gets to here. Now I replaced this project. So let's take a look. Let me flip these over and show you the only business end of this rocker panel. They're really simple. This one you might not be able to see it with the black, but there's one welded on nut that catches the bottom of the front fender. And you can see it. You might be able to see it easier on this weld-through primer version, but there it is. There's one nut that just catches the bottom of the fender. These two flanges are what you'd end up having to break the welds on yours, and you'd have to punch this and spot weld through it. Same thing here, unless you got one of those pinchy pinch welders. You'll notice that neither one of these come with the inner rocker panel. So let me explain a little bit of something to you. So the outside edge, you have the rocker panel goes from the back of the fender to the bottom of the door to where the quarter panel starts. This is called the outer rocker panel. The inner rocker panel is actually part of the floor pan. And let me see if you can't see what that looks like. Can you see it? It's just a flat plate. That's all it is. So you can get the outer rocker panel and the inner rocker panel separately. If you were going to change your outer rocker panel, you're going to need to make sure that your inner rocker panel is solid. If you're going to change your inner rocker panel, the inner rocker panel would have to be changed in conjunction with the outer. I don't see how you would ever change the inner, only leave the outer and leave the floor beams and leave the floor pan. I don't see how there's a case where that would ever happen. But because in order to get to the inner rocker panel, you basically have to remove the outer. And then also I did keep this dead beam. This is a beam from my beam from my floor pan. And you'll see there's a section of the inner rocker panel. And the beam welds to it. In order to break the inner free, you'd have to break every spot weld along the door sill to the floor pan at the top. That's the top of the rocker panel. You'd have to break every weld on the bottom of the outer rocker panel. And you'd have to break every weld that's on the beam. Now this is a two-door sedan. There's a beam that's at the front here. There's a beam here. There's a beam here. There's one, two, so there's one right behind the toe board, one underneath the front of the front seat, one underneath the rear of the rear seat, and then the next one doesn't happen until the quarter panel. So if you were going to change the rocker panels, it's easier to get to the outer rocker panel. You can cut that out. You can cut that from the top to bottom, break the little welds along the two seams, and basically work your way out. And then what you'll be left with is the inner rocker panel. Then you can repair or replace it. Then replace the outer rocker panel. So that would be the order in which to do it. You need to consider that when you're repairing your floor or your rocker panel and you're figuring the inner or the outer or both. I ended up buying a new floor pan, so I knew the new floor pan was going to come with both inner rocker panels. So I ordered both outer rocker panels to do it all. What I'm going to do is now, tomorrow, I'm going to come in the garage and I'm going to cut out these rocker panels and I'm going to go ahead and start welding them in place. I've got a little bit of patching to do on one side where the floor pan didn't quite replace everything up on the inner cowl at the kick panel, but I'm going to do that. But anyway, there's not a whole lot to see here, but I think this would be helpful to somebody. So tell you what, do appreciate everybody that watches my channel. Check out my other videos. If you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're liking the channel, please give me a subscription. So anyway, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Cheers.